As promised, we have a real live actual client here. This is Audrey Pike. Everybody say hi, Audrey.
Hi.
And Audrey has a challenge that we're going to talk about. We're going to have her give you a little bit of background. And so this is not Audrey's first rodeo when it comes to creative problem solving. What was it, 4 years ago, 5 years ago when you came in?
5.
And you used creative problem solving to
Open my studio.
Wow.
So what you're seeing is a direct result of a creative problem solving session that was done here on campus. So can I bring up your website?
Sure.
Want to talk about it? So Audrey, the floor is yours. Tell us about what you do.
This is my thing, Life is Movement. I started out with just more of a basic movement business, trying to get people moving a little bit more.
Let me know if you want me to move pages
Okay.
around here for you.
I think it'll just change itself.
Oh, will it?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
And some quotes up there, some beliefs I have. Well, I've been in business since 2005 and been through some iterations and changed the scope of what I do, especially in the last 4 years. So now I'm a movement specialist. I deal with how your structure hangs in space, your skeletal structure. And if there is a dysfunction with that, or you're having pain or not having pain, you just coming in because you want to feel better, I level out your structure and get you back in alignment and back in neutral. And that is the best place for your body to be for health and anything that you want to do in life. So focusing on that and specializing in it has changed the way that I move my clients through. So I don't have clients that come and stay 4 years. Like I've had some that have been with me since the beginning. Now people come through and it's 5 to 10 sessions initially, and then they can stay on for maintenance or they can maybe move on. And that's the dilemma. I'm growing super fast. I work 6 days a week. I'm right around.
Not to interrupt, but we'll cover that in time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but anything else, you guys, just because of her specialty, I want you to kind of give.
Yeah, okay, my specialty is basically that, taking your skeleton and bringing it back into neutral with your muscles. And my belief is that life is movement and we move through life in many aspects. And when you start moving the body around, it is a window to the soul, and many areas of your life can change and do change in the process.
Hello, Audrey.
Hello.
Okay, so what's going to happen now? This is a client facilitator planning meeting, and this is what you're going to do with your client before you do the creative problem solving session. There's some questions here on page F23. I'm not going to answer all the questions. I'm not going to ask all the questions, but the purpose of the client interview is just to kind of get a basic idea of where we're at in the process, where we're going to start, and to give Audrey an idea of what's coming up. So, hello again.
Hello.
So we were talking about a situation that you have in relation to the business, and as you mentioned, you've been through creative problem solving before, and one of the things we thought would be beneficial was for you to try out this session with the group. And so just to kind of give you an idea of what's going on is we're going to spend just a little bit of time to get the background information out from you, and then we'll break and we'll come back and we'll convene a group. They're not really here. So we'll convene a group and we're going to take you through this process. First thing we're going to do is we're going to clarify what the real issue is. We're just going to kind of get a basic picture of it for right now. We'll then focus on what you think the real issue is. We'll generate some ideas. We'll select those ideas. We'll develop those ideas, make them better, and then we'll put together a plan. To let you know, there's going to be a lot of ideas developed here. We're going to probably do some things that might seem a little unusual, like asking you to think of what ideas you might get from ice cream cone for your challenge. So just defer judgment, have some fun. And the bottom line is you get to make the choices as far as the direction as we go. As we go through, I'm going to be asking you and checking in with you all the time to make sure that we're on the right track. Okay? So Audrey, why don't you just tell me a little bit about your situation, and I'm just going to try and then just kind of get an initial phrase on it. So you've talked to the group a little bit about this, and we've talked a little bit about it. So just kind of give me a little background, and we'll kind of get a headline on it. So just a little background on the situation.
So in the past few months, I'm getting a lot of new clients, and I'm getting 2 to 3 new clients a week. And my my schedule, I'm already working 12-hour days and a half day on Saturday. So I'm unable to service all of the clients that want to come in. So I, keep going?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So I would like to expand my business, to add support people.
Okay. I mean, if we were to just kind of talk about kind of an overall, if you were to write a newspaper headline about this, what would this be? If you were to just kind of headline it, and something that's coming about here, you can't service all your clients, and phrase it like it would be great if, or I wish. Oh, gosh.
It would be great if I wasn't drowning.
I see where you're going with that, but yeah.
It
So
would be
what do we
great.
want to create? Yeah. What do we want to create? Remember that first.
It would be great if I could create a expansion to the business that would support the maintenance of the people coming in and allow me to actually put hands on all of the new people.
Great. Super, great. We've got a history of this. Okay, so Audrey, who's all involved in this?
Me.
Anybody else?
No,
Okay. That was an easy question. So,
my clients.
your clients, so, yeah. Audrey, why is this a concern for you? What's the downside?
Of expanding?
The downside of this issue of it'd be great if I could create an expansion of the business that would support the maintenance of the people that are coming in. What's the concern? There's always an upside and downside. What's the downside to this or this situation? And I think you mentioned a little bit earlier when we talked about drowning.
Yeah, so, yeah, my life is sacrificed
Okay.
for the people I'm working on. So I don't have time for my own personal growth and development and social life and exercise for myself.
Okay, good. So we've taken a look at the downside. Audrey, why might this be an opportunity? What's the upside to this?
I have more time to develop my skills and offer, deepen the offerings that I have for the clients coming, and also be able to attract a different type of client also. The upside, it would also give other people an opportunity to have a career with what I am doing also.
Right.
And I know we'd get a real vacation. Asleep.
Now we get a vacation. Oh, we get to sleep. Okay. Great. Okay. Okay. Super. In relation to this situation, what have you already thought of or tried?
I have thought of reducing the hours to create more time to see more people, which doesn't solve the problem. Just creates more of the same. And I've thought about bringing in people that are already trained, but I want people trained in what I am doing,
Okay.
because then you have people going in different directions instead of going in the same direction.
Okay. Anything else that you've thought of or tried?
I'm
Okay.
just working more.
Okay. Let's take a look at intuition. Okay, so, because you use a lot of that in your business. Tell me about your gut. When you're thinking about this, what's your gut feeling? How does it make you feel? Does it make you excited, make you feel up, down? Does it make your stomach do knots, butterflies?
Oh, very excited.
Okay.
It is the right thing to do.
Okay. Anything else in there?
the only reason it hasn't up until now is because of me.
Okay, great.
So,
So yeah, let's go to that. So when we talk about feelings, how are your feelings affecting your behavior?
can you restate
Yeah,
that?
yeah. So we asked about how you got feelings, and you said you're very excited about this. This is the right thing to do. Then I asked, how are your feelings affecting your behavior? And
Okay, so I'm here.
okay.
I called you and said I got a big problem.
Okay.
It worked last time, let's try again.
Great.
And I have actually blocked out time in the last 3 weeks to sit down and draw a picture, to draw various pictures, to write an overview of what is and what isn't, and what the delta is between them.
Okay.
And also what I really need going forward for myself. And I
Good.
made
Great.
it.
Just a couple more questions. So this is going to be a simple one for you. When does this situation seem to occur? Does this situation seem to occur?
All the time.
All the time, right? You should be working now. So, I mean, let's say that it's a couple of hours down the road. Let's say it's about 3:34 to 4 or something like that. And you're leaving. You've got a lot of flip chart paper. You're excited. The group is excited. The energy is great. What might be your ideal outcome or your ideal goal for this situation?
Feel confident about a picture going forward.
Okay.
Or just maybe feel that what has happened here has actually confirmed what I'm believing is the right thing.
Right.
And if not, giving me another option.
Super. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to prep this for the resource group, and the way we're going to do this is I'm just going to have you take a look at some of the questions that you've responded to, and let me just make sure that I put this. Spaces in the briefing here. And then what I'm going to do is, I'm going to put this on a flip chart.
Oh.
So no, you can take a look, but please take a look over my shoulder. And so what's going to be at the top of the charts, your goal, your wish, your challenge. It would be great if I could create an expansion to the business that would support the maintenance of people that are coming in and actually putting hands on other people. And then just go through, and I'll let you do this, just highlight the key data. What's the most important, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe 5, 6, 7, and when you think about this, if these folks weren't here, okay, what would they need to know to get you started, okay? So you just want to scroll through, or do you want to read it? Let me read it to you, you can just tell me. What's a brief history of the past few months, getting new clients a week, already working 12 hours a day, a half day Saturday, can't service all the clients that are coming, want to expand the business and support people.
Okay, well, so I feel that all of those are the
Okay.
most important?
Very good. That's fine. Super.
Because one that makes the other.
Mm-hmm. Sure. And you're the one that's involved. Why is this a concern? Your life is sacrifice for the people you're working on, no time for personal involvement, social life and exercise.
So I think personal development right now
Okay.
is a real key for me.
Okay. Great. How would this be an opportunity? I'd have more time to develop my skills and do community offerings. Also, I'd other people have a career. I'd get a vacation. I can go to sleep.
And also just to say I would be moving more towards the goal for my life, I think, is
Okay.
this the key.
All right. So, and what we'll do is we're finished with this. I'm going to just take the notes from this, put the key stuff that you've given me here onto a flip chart, and then we'll come back. We'll convene a group, and we'll take it from there. So, we are in session. By the way, those of you that are in the front, you don't have to do your craft duties now. So, yeah, just give it back to the back, and then we'll head him over to Dan. Not only is videographer extraordinary, but he's a collector. Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. We're here to work on a challenge this afternoon. Our client is Audrey Pike. So the way we're going to do this is just a few things. If you have questions about the process or anything like that, just hold on to them, and then we'll debrief it later. Also, make sure that you have a couple of markers. Pass those markers around, any color that you like, or 2 or 3 colors. So make sure you have a marker, and so get those around for you. So here's kind of what's going on. And if you would just make sure that your mobile devices are on stun, which will from here. There's markers back there as well. Thanks. Pass those around. Here's the agenda for today. I'm going to walk you through the agenda. A few things to keep in mind. The restrooms are down the hall. We'll take some breaks occasionally during here. But when we do take a break, please stay close by because Audrey's going to be moving pretty quickly as we're going through this. So thank you. And we'll just take these around. Super. Get a color that you like. Okay. Here's some colors for you guys. Sorry that we didn't get these out before. Just also the exits are right there around the corner is the first exit. Also, this is a real situation, so please maintain confidentiality with this. Please do not discuss this outside of here. There's some roles that we're going to be using in this process. There's basically 3 roles. One is Audrey, the client, the owner. She's the person that we're going to be working for. She's the person whose challenge we're going to solve. The other is the role of the resource group. That's you folks up here in the first row. All right. You're going to be generating ideas on solving this challenge. What we'll do is when we're about halfway through, we'll flip the roles. So you guys will come up, you guys will go back. But while you're in this observer role, just stay in the observer role. So jot down questions and things like that. So you don't have to contribute ideas because we're going to use you when you get up here. And as many folks as there are here, as trained as you are, I'll be very, very busy. All right. And the other role is the facilitator. That's my job. I'm going to be running the process. I won't be contributing ideas. It's my job to make sure that our client gets the challenge solved for them. So, okay. Here's the process that we're going to be working on. And we have it there. If you have your little cheat sheets there, make sure if you get your cheat sheets out in front of you so you can take a look at those. And if you don't, we have some extras over here. The little, these little guys. So make sure that you have these. Audrey, you got one, yes? Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else need one? Okay. And basically, the process that we're going to follow is we're going to first spend some time clarifying the issue that Audrey's working on. Once we have a number of different ways to look at the issue generated, we're going to select the best directions for moving forward. We'll then generate some ideas. Audrey will select those ideas. We'll develop and refine those ideas. We'll polish out the rough spots using a technique called POINT, pluses, opportunities, issues, and new thinking. And then we'll help Audrey develop an implementation plan. Okay, so questions about that? All right. We've met before. We've gathered some data around this situation. We're going to move to that in just a second. But to get you ready to go, we're just going to do a little warm-up exercise. This is important to warm up for physical exercise. It's also important to warm up for mental exercise as well. Guidelines, and the purpose of the warm-up is just to briefly train you in the methods that we're going to be using to sort of sanction this time for speculation. In other words, this is a time we're going to play around with ideas. We're going to try some new things out. We're not going to judge anything. And also to create what we call the judgment-free zone. Okay, here's the guidelines that we're going to follow. We're going to follow deferred judgment, no criticism, strive for quantity. I'd like you to come up with about 25 or 30 ideas in about 3 minutes. Seek wild and unusual ideas. If you find yourself slowing down, there's some pictures there in front of you. Take a look at those pictures and see what ideas those bring to mind. And then finally combine and build on other ideas. That one idea spur another idea, spur another idea. The technique we're going to use for this is stick 'em up brainstorming, so you all have some 3x5 post-it pads there and a lovely marker. Use the 3x5s if you've got them. Do we need any more? Need some 3x5s? Great. Yeah, pass those around. Yeah, great. It's easier for us to see. So you're going to write your idea on a post-it. You're going to then say your idea out loud so other people in the group can hear that idea and they can build off the idea. You're going to hand your idea to the facilitator. That's me. I'll be ready for it. Phrase your idea like an idea, not a description, so give us a little bit of an action to it. And one idea per post-it. So that's the long version. Here's the short version. Write it, say it, hand it up. You all remember that. Okay. All right, so here's the situation. We'll go through about 25 ideas. We'll probably do it in about 3 or 4 minutes. Strive for quantity, about 25 ideas in about 3 minutes. That's all I'm going to take. Wild and unusual ideas, so you get stuck. Look at the pictures. and then finally combining another idea. So here's the warm-up, and here's the situation. So I'm driving in this morning, and it's Sunday morning, and I get this call. And I'm in on the Kensington, and it was like a business number or something like that. And so it's one of my clients, and one of the clients in the area. And the thing is that they had this big party that was scheduled for yesterday with all this food and all these people, but they canceled. And they were able to get rid of all of the food except for one thing. And he said, I wonder if your class could help me, because we were talking about this week that I was teaching this week, and he said, I wonder if your class could help me out with this. I said, well, what do you got to get rid of? He said, well, we have about 10 tons of orange Jell-O, right? And we can't get rid of it. So the question is, what might be all the ways to use 10 tons of orange Jell-O? Write it, say it, hand it up. We're going to go for about 25 ideas. We're going to go for about 3 minutes. What do you got? Go, eat it.
A Jell-O
You don't have to play now, but thank you for getting it started. Great, great. Would you help me check over? Great, thanks, good. A little bit, okay, good. Say what you got.
Jell-O party.
Great. And if I don't get him, give him over to Notch.
Give them to the surrounding schools.
Great,
Jell-O fights.
excellent.
Great Jell-O cosmetic.
Thank you, sir.
Insulate your wall.
Beautiful. Keep them coming. Great, thank you. Thank you. Take it out.
Used to color sales.
Great. Thanks.
Try the different recipes.
Beautiful.
Isolate the houses for 20.
Great,
Melt it.
great, thanks.
Sell it to some frat houses.
Jell-O cups.
Donate to hospitals.
Thank you. Doing great. Look at the pictures if you're slowing
Jell-O
down.
shops.
Great, thank you.
Donate to shelters.
Thank you.
Protection or insulation for a playground.
Super.
Give it to my grandma.
Build a great Jell-O wall.
Great, thank you.
Feed the poor.
Thank you.
Donate it to the school.
Thanks very much.
Fill water bottles.
Jell-O art.
Donated to hospitals.
Beautiful.
Make pillows.
Super.
Jell-O stress ball.
Great. Keep them coming.
Architect.
Thank you. Well done.
Jell-O
Make
eating,
mattresses.
You like my form? I like your form.
Jell-O
Good
eating
form.
contest.
Thank you.
Fill a water bowl.
Thank you.
Create a yellow rain.
Keep coming. Look at the pictures if you're slowing down.
Using a balloon fight.
Great, thank you.
Build a yellow sea.
Thank you.
Reason to save for later.
Right.
Take it to a doggy daycare. Sell it.
Beautiful, guys. Great.
Used to level out uneven land.
Excellent.
Jell-O obstacle course.
Thank you.
We'll use it as your next part.
All right, great.
Just eat it.
Foot massage.
Jell-O shampoo.
Great.
Does it say eat it? Just
Yeah.
eat it.
Give to kids who just got braces.
Sorry. Yellow
Use it and
spa.
save it.
Great, thank you. Okay, that's it. Jot down your last couple of ideas. I'll count them up. 1, 2, 49, yeah. Great, 49. Excellent, good job. You exceeded the quota by 50, by 25. The quota was 25, and it was 3 minutes. Came up with 49 ideas in 3 minutes. Great job, well done. By the way, that's not true. I just made that up. Yeah, I did. Yeah, yeah. But can we do this? Can we pass the yellow post-its down here? And Mr. Naja, would you put the blue post-its out, please? Yes, sir. Thank you. All right. So. Before we got here today, I met with Audrey, and we talked about the challenge that she's working on. And I'll bring these out.
These two?
I need yours.
Did you mean the 3x3s also?
You don't need those.
Oh.
And what we're gonna do is,
You ready?
yeah, we got it, okay. Is that we're gonna work in the area of clarify, and the purpose of clarify is to just generate a whole different bunch of ways to state the challenge statement. And as Audrey's giving data here, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to come up with challenge statements. And challenge statements begin with the words how to, or how might, or what ways might, or what might be all the. And so as you hear Audrey talking about some information here, and when something comes to mind, just write it on a Post-it, hang on to it, save it, and then when she's done explaining stuff and we're done with your questions, we'll put them up here in the thing. Okay? All right, so Audrey, let's talk a little bit about your situation. And we met earlier, and the goal, the wish, the challenge that you want to work on is, it would be great if I could create an expansion to the business that would support the maintenance of the people that are actually coming in and actually put hands on all of the new people. Can you just talk with me a little bit about that? What's a little bit of a brief history around this?
A brief history is, when I started out, I was doing a little bit different kind of work, and so people would come and stay with me however long they wanted, once or twice a week, 3 times a week. And as I started specializing, when people come in, they come in with a problem that we solve, and they can stay or not. But what's happened is my schedule is full of people. And even with people coming and moving through in 10 weeks, there just isn't enough hours in the day to work on people.
Okay.
So,
Audrey, are you the only person involved in this?
I am.
Okay. So why is this a concern for you?
Well, I'm most happy when I'm working on people, and so solving problems and getting people out of pain and moving them into a more balanced or better quality of life is really why I went into this business, and not necessarily for repetitive maintenance or to be somebody's fitness plan.
You have the sense, so talk to us a little bit more about you're already working 12 hours a week and half day Saturday.
Okay, so I thought of this great question. Maybe I should describe to them what my day would look like.
That's a great idea.
So right now I work from 7 until 7, and I take clients, the private sessions, and they're an hour mostly. So I work on a client from 7 to 8, and the next client comes in at 8, and I work on that client from 8 to 9. Occasionally I do half hours, but I put 2 together, so it's really an hour. And then Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday evening, I have a class from 6:15 to 7:15. So I do a group class of either yoga or some other things that I do. So obviously I'm not seeing where I might fit some more clients in. So I thought, well, if I reduce the amount of time I spend with each one to 45 minutes or 50 minutes, I'm still not having time to do the scheduling, and I'm writing my books at the end of the day or on the weekend. So things are falling out by the wayside because I'm just doing it at night. So that doesn't solve the problem either. I did hire somebody on a piecemeal basis to enter data into my scheduler. When I get a new client, they enter the client, but that's really it.
Okay.
So,
Talk to us a little bit more here. One of your other concerns, I think you mentioned something like personal development time.
I get very excited and happy when I advance myself, and then I can bring those new things in for each client. And also, I'm working with people's spine, hips, knees, joints. I want to stay current and also look at new and progressive ways to speed up the process or bring people to a more whole state faster. And that takes time. It can take going and taking a week-long training or a weekend training. It can also be some online training or local training, but that is left. You still have to have time to do that.
Great, good. Let's see. What might this be an opportunity for you? I think that's what this one goes more towards the goals for your life.
well, when I went into it, I said I wanted to do the most good for the most people and just open different thought process for people and different ideas about how they live life. And being able to add people to my business, I would also be able to teach somebody what I am doing so that they could also have a career and have it as an excellent career if they have a passion for doing the same thing. And that would allow me to go away and do some training or take care of things in life that I need to take care of, and not feel that I'm entrenched into every second of the day that goes on there, that the show would go on, essentially.
Great. So in relation to this challenge here, what have you already thought of or tried? It looks like this is the one more people.
Yeah, I have thought about bringing in people that have some training already, but I would still need to train them in what I am doing, because I would want there to be continuity in what's happening. I have tried, like I said, I have somebody who is doing some data entry for me once the client has already started, and that works, but I feel like it's a little bit disjointed, because she comes and picks up the work and does it at her house. I've also thought about having somebody do my scheduling, which is a good hour every day, because I'm moving people around, and some people are in, when you get on board with me and say we get you in a spot twice a week, that's your spot until you're done. But say if you call in and you're sick and I have a waiting list, I need to contact those people and see if they fit in the spot. That all takes time, and I do that all through texting. So people text me back, and then I go back in, and then I move people around, and it's just, it can take an hour every day. It takes my lunch usually to do that, or like when I go home this evening, I'll be doing some scheduling. So, so it's not as, there's just work involved, and so I've thought about having somebody do the scheduling for me, coming in for an hour a day or a couple hours a day and doing that for me. But I haven't implemented that yet.
Audrey, what's your intuition? What's your gut feeling about this?
I feel that, my gut feeling is that it's, that adding some people and giving them some training is the right way to go. And that would offload the burden I'm feeling with some of with the scheduling and all of that stuff. I would actually have time to do that myself, and they could do their own schedules also.
Audrey, let's imagine we're a couple of hours into the future, and you're leaving today, and there's a lot of energy in the room. You're very excited. You've got this flip chart paper. You're ready to get moving on this. What might be your ideal goal or your ideal wish in relation to what you get out of this session today?
A confirmation of just a solid feeling that this is the right direction and there's not a better idea that I don't know.
Okay.
I haven't thought of yet. I'm certainly open to anything that's going to be going, and I actually really felt that I needed to be here and do this. So I'm looking forward to the outcome of that.
Good, good. Okay, questions from the group. Any questions for Audrey? Yeah, go ahead.
Where might you find somebody that you would train? So like if you wanted to bring somebody onto your team, where would you find that person?
Do you have a passion for movement?
It
It would not.
I don't know how to answer that.
Yeah. No. I might find a person like that through people I'm working with already, through the classes I'm teaching, through word of mouth. I've already told just about everybody that I come across that I'm looking for someone who wants to be trained, that has a passion for helping people in the movement process and wants to have a career in health and wellness. So,
And along with that, are you on social media? So are you?
No. Yes and no.
Okay.
Other questions?
Can we ask a question?
I prefer you would. Okay, so just hang on to your thoughts, okay? Anything else? Okay, I'll let you shoot this one, Robin, you got one.
Sure?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
So is there any sort of, like, anybody that has a passion for moving, but is it somebody that maybe has some sort of experience somewhere previous, okay? Maybe not necessarily fully trained, maybe you wanna do that yourself?
Yeah, you
What
can
would
come with
that be?
any type of movement training, yoga, Pilates, fitness, any massage, PT, you know.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
But that would be a requirement, that they come with a,
Not a requirement, but that's definitely a plus. But isn't necessarily a requirement. The right person is going to be a requirement.
Ashley, you got
It seems like you want to spend that one-on-one time with your clients. Is it possible to do more of like a 2 to 3 person? But it still feels personal at that point, but you're knocking out 3 people, you know, versus just one.
Actually not, and the reason for that is because it's highly specialized. So if you come in, if you come in and you're looking like this,
Right.
then I have to work on that, but the person with you might look like this.
Right, so there's no grouping,
So-
everyone has their own
No.
issue.
The group, I actually have a group class on Thursday that would, when you move through the process, you can come into the class, and it is learning self-directed work. Also in the private sessions, there's a lot more that goes on the movement process, so I'm not willing to do that.
Just grab 2 more and move on. Yeah, go ahead, good.
yeah, what about in the maintenance sessions? So after, does that happen as a group, or not at the beginning, but afterwards?
Down the road, for sure. Once the skeletal structure is balanced, you can be in a group class. You can even leave and go on with your life and come back for maintenance, for sure.
Do you have like like a plan structure, like first is this, then, so like clients know at the beginning, like, okay, so I'm going to be like for 10 sessions.
Now with some training that I received.
These
this
are the
year,
options for maintenance, I don't know.
Yeah, I assess people, and then I'll say this will be about 10 sessions or 5 sessions, depending on, or 20, depending on what it is, the goal is. And initially, we will go after this, and then I'd like to do this, and then you get people to a place to live, go off and live their life. They don't need to stay.
Okay, one final question. Yeah.
And what does your space look like? So do you have multiple rooms that you can utilize, or do you just have one singular?
Currently, I have, the workspace is 800 square feet, but the space isn't going to limit my growth. I'll get a different space, yeah.
Okay, so here's where we're at. We're at the clarify stage of the process. What we're doing now, it looks like we've got some stuff ready to go, is we're gonna just carry in all the different ways to look at the challenge. So make sure that you put in the statement starters, how to, how might, in what ways might, what might be all that in front of your responses. And so, Mary, it looks like who's got some ready to go between Naja and I? We'll get these up here. So write them, say them, hand them up. What do we got?
How might you create a training program? How might I use my free time to disconnect and make it more valuable?
I have a few. How to manage growing business, how to focus on solving specific problems for people, how to reduce work hours, how to maximize time during sessions, potentially reducing number of sessions needed per client, how to increase time for personal growth. Sorry, I guess I didn't realize somebody. How to access information to help improve business and client outcomes. How to train employees to implement what I do without my direct support. How to streamline scheduling and data entry processes. And then how might I project the potential success of training employees, confirmation.
Good. And Otter, you can jot down challenge items as well. I know it's a little
See,
busy up here right now,
freedom
but yeah, go ahead.
Riley.
Okay, Ashley, what you got? I'll grab them over here.
How might you find potential people to work for you?
Great.
How might you use social media?
Great, good, thank you. Good. Take it, I'll got it.
How to regulate time that each client spends with you, how might you use your scheduler more efficiently, what might be all the ways to work with multiple clients at once, what might be all the ways to expand my practice, and how to train another you or clone you.
Great. Audrey, how we doing? Are we on track? Just moving in the right direction? Still, okay, good. And I'll check in with you about every 10 or 12 so we can always move it around wherever we need to. So, Lola, what you got?
Yeah, which are all the activities that I could delegate?
Okay?
How might I benefit others, at the same time benefit myself?
Uh-huh.
How might I share my view and mission with other professionals?
Okay.
How might I do professional development while working?
Great, super, great. What else we got? Yeah, Naomi, shoot.
How to find a partner in the field who also has a studio. How might I look into exercise science programs at surrounding schools?
Good, good. We on track? Still moving? Okay, good. Liz, what you got?
I wrote, how might you utilize high school students to help with data entry or social networking, like community service hours? What might be other ways to use a new person, whether they're a data entry person or a trainer like you? And then in what ways might you find others to train similar-minded or beliefs?
Good, good. Others?
Find quality people.
Okay. Audrey, how we doing? On track? Is there a different direction? Is this working for you?
It is working, I'm more into the, finding the people
Okay, so move toward finding the
than the
people.
administrative. 'Cause
Okay.
you don't know this, but it's an automatic system that does the stuff, it just once it's entered.
So,
It's- Yeah.
So let's take the fire hose and Post-its and move it over
Yeah.
more toward finding people. So let's focus on that area a little bit more. So, great. Good, thanks for that. Good. If you get stuck, look at the pictures, take a look at the data.
Speak at local, how might I speak at local colleges?
Uh-huh.
Finding people in regards to trainers and finding people in regards to helping others.
Okay. So you look for more, how to find more trainers. Okay.
How might I attend job fairs?
Okay.
How to find people that share your passion?
Fire that Post-it now.
What might be all the qualifications that I want in training?
How might you build your social network?
Getting closer?
Yeah,
Good.
now we're on.
Okay, good. Let's keep going. Good. Good, guys. Great, great.
How might I go to other classes to pitch my needs, such as yoga classes?
No, you're doing this, an exceptional job there. Thank you.
Share my vision for potential
I'm sorry, what was that again? Sorry.
Share my vision for potential.
Great,
Which are all
great.
the possible ways to train people?
Okay, great.
How to use your time management to train people yourself. So you feel good about people that are trained.
Yeah, let's keep going. On the track?
Yes,
Good.
right
Okay, let's keep going, guys. Right on the track. I love
How to
it.
reach more people to let them know I'm looking for them.
Great.
In what ways might I need to rethink my own role in this?
Going good, guys.
How might I create a flyer with info from a need?
Thank you. Excellent, guys. Really good. Really good.
How might I advertise for quality people?
Thank you. Are we on track? Want some more?
I think we're good.
We'll finish out the page, yeah. Okay, let's finish out the page. So I'm looking for 3 more.
How to determine a rubric for hiring training?
Thank you.
How might the studio look like while training them?
Okay. Got room for 1 more.
Kind of, what might be other ways to create a curriculum for trainers, train the trainers?
Great. Oh, that's squeezing too.
How might I get other instructors and specialists to share my need?
Great. Mary, go ahead.
How might my current clients assist in locating quality? Paper cut?
Yeah. You got a paper cut?
Oh, gosh.
Oh,
That's job related.
yeah, that's, yeah. Yeah.
This place has great insurance.
Yes, right, really, yeah. Who has Band-Aids? I don't know, my Band-Aid kit was there now. So, okay,
Might have a dot Band-Aid.
okay, that works. Okay, so Audrey, do we got enough here to get started? Okay, good. Okay, so I'd like you to do this. We're doing a little technique called highlighting. And so what I'm going to have you do is I want you to come up and mark the hits. And these are all the challenge statements that are interesting, intriguing, workable, promising, feels good in your gut, and nails it. You can mark as many hits as you like.
Thank you.
I don't have a three-hole or prong adapter, but I have a band.
Thank you much.
You never know when you're gonna need either one of them.
That's great.
It's not quite a dot there. No, just dig it. It's interesting and intriguing, nailed it, feels good in your gut. And you get all of this stuff, so you can always go back to the other ones if you don't get it. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do next. What's gonna happen next is we're gonna cluster these together into some themes. So I'd like you to just take a look at the ones that you put dots on, okay? Yeah, there's two. Okay. Yeah, then we'll move on. Okay, so while you're here, don't go too far. I'd like you to take a look at the ones you have dots on, all right? I'd like you to move over to this flip chart, put them together into themes. Ask yourself the question, which of these challenge statements relate to each other? Okay, these were- Which of them kind of naturally group together? Okay, great. Don't go away. All right, what we're gonna do, the next thing we're gonna do is we're going to label this cluster with a challenge statement that really kind of captures the essence of this cluster here. In other words, how to, how might, what ways might, or what might be all about. So we'll look at this cluster right here. What does this cluster represent? Just talk to me about the phrase like a challenge.
It represents finding people.
Finding people. Okay, so did you give that to me in a challenge statement begin with words how to or how might or what ways might be?
How might I find it?
Find the right people, okay? Great, okay, good. All right, you have two more. What does this represent? Okay, you, this is managing time, working hard, reducing hours. What is, okay, can you give that to me like a challenge statement? How to or how might? And we can talk about it first, you know? Yeah.
So, I want to be open to being, to changing my vision, being true to my vision without losing myself
Okay.
in the process.
Okay.
So how might I re-emerge from the business
Okay.
and divide myself in a more balanced way so that I am not my business,
Okay.
but I am me with the business.
Okay, good. So can you try to give that to me like a newspaper headline? Because you had something there about, you know, not living the vision, but not have the vision, something along,
Yeah.
you had a really nice phrase there. There's a lot of really great stuff back there.
Yeah, well, it's kind of right here. How might I stay true to my vision through the growth process?
Yeah, okay. How might I stay true to my vision?
Or it's being true, but it's redefining. So
Okay.
it's
Okay.
because how it is now is needing to change.
Okay.
So it's being true to who I am and what I'm doing.
Okay, so how to be true to who I am and what I'm doing? Do you want to put something in there about vision, because there's,
Yeah.
it's like, you're talking about vision, yeah, vision growing and that you're comfortable with it, but you like, oh, man,
Yeah.
Because there's really some essence in there about vision of what I heard.
Yeah. How might I rework my vision to include myself?
Great. How about nice? My vision to include myself. Great. Okay, very nice. Good. And what's this represent, Audrey?
The business, training the people and adapting the business to that new picture.
Okay, great. Is there something in here that contains that, or what would be the challenge statement that represents this cluster?
All of them.
Is there one that stands out, or there's something that really, there's another phrase?
Pieces of it, like how might I maintain the success of the business while training people
Okay. How might I maintain?
and implementing that?
I maintain the success of the business while training people, or,
While implementing the new process.
okay, while implementing,
Which includes training.
okay, implementing
The new vision, or
Every-
business process.
implementing the new business process, okay? Beautiful. Stay with me for just a second. Ooh, just a second. So how might I maintain the success of the business by implementing the new business process, which involves training new people? Okay. Okay, so good, we've got three. How might I find the right people? How might I rework my vision to include myself? How might I maintain the success of the business while implementing the new business process? So here's what we're gonna do. I'd like you to select one of these that you'd really like to move forward on. And the thing is, this is that we'll make, oftentimes, you might wanna say, hey, I wanna work on all of them, and that's definitely. But one of the things that we find is that when by making progress on one, the others become less of an issue. Or oftentimes, if we're working on this one, there'll be some ideas for this one that will come up. The other thing is too, is that if we wanted to, we'd come back later and just grab one of these and get some ideas for it. But we've got this wonderful group here together today. We're gonna go through the whole process. You might wanna take a look at the one that might be the most challenging, the one that's most urgent, or the one that just is like, man, if I could get the ideas for that, that would just do just fantastic, so. Because we'll give you 50 or 60 ideas for it.
Okay. Let's work on this one.
Okay, I'm going to attend the success of the business while implementing the new business process. Beautiful. Okay, great. Audrey, if you'd like to have a seat. So here's what's going to happen. If you folks could turn in your blue Post-its, pick up some yellow Post-its over here from Mr. Naja, and flip, okay? So you guys go back, all right? You folks come up, and the process continues.
This one's yours, Laura.
Okay, so we've clarified the issue, we've kind of expanded out, and Audrey's focused on the challenge of how might I maintain the success of the business while implementing the new business process. Does anybody have any questions about what that challenge statement means, is? Okay, let's rock and roll. Okay, so what are all the ideas that come to mind for solving the challenge of how might I maintain the success of the business while implementing the new business process? Write them, say them, hand them up. Let's go. We're going to go for at least 30, and then we'll probably switch to some brain writing. What do you got? Write them, say them, hand them up.
Real client training.
What you got?
Create new vision in writing.
Okay. Give me, when you say real client training, what do you mean by that?
Like where she's got a new employee and she's actually with a client
Okay.
and then teaching as she's actually like doing it.
Good. Can you phrase it? Give it to us
Yes.
like that also. Great. Good. What you got?
Try some online training.
Okay. Great.
Great training program.
Great. What you got? Great.
Co-teaching 30 minutes on, 30 off.
Beautiful. Good. What you got?
Contact people who are doing training.
Okay. Great. Super. Doing great, guys.
Train while working on real client.
Great.
Oh, I'm so sorry, God, I'm so sorry.
Folks, when you get started, take a look at the pictures, see what ideas the pictures bring to mind.
Capacity on how many new clients I take in.
And I have some pictures up here on the screen if you find yourself getting stuck.
Time to recharge energy.
Great, good. Audrey, how we doing? On track?
Create job qualification sign-off sheet.
Yes.
Okay,
Create process for client assessment.
great, thank you. Good. We'll keep going.
A little bit more off of, like, all the training ones are good, but there's a lot more to the business than actually training.
Okay, good.
So
So,
maybe some ideas about what to do with the rest of the business.
okay,
Yeah.
great, good, thanks. Let's move the fire hose of Post-its over that direction. Yeah. What you got? Good.
How might I get, or how might I travel to get new materials?
Okay, I tell you what, could you rephrase that as an idea, please? We're looking for ideas right now. Just rewrite it as an idea, okay? Okay, good. What else? Other ideas for how might I maintain the scope, the success of the business while implementing the new business process?
Identify skills for administrative help.
Great. Get stuck, look at the pictures on the table.
Higher intake specialist.
Got it? Okay. Say them loud enough so we can hear them, guys. Build up. This is good, keep going.
Rejoice in having a booming business.
Yeah, I'm not complaining.
That's
No problem.
There you go.
That's the problem.
It's going great, guys, keep it coming.
Find people who work in gyms that might want a part-time job.
Okay, good.
Use personality or creativity assessments to define new talent.
Right.
Hire secretary for appointments, texting, and phone calls.
Go ahead.
Have a set day off.
Keep them coming, good. Audrey's still on track? What you got, Mary?
Ruthlessly review a realistic schedule.
Great, okay, good.
Explore all the features of the software.
Great, good.
Create a list of credentials you want to look for in possible workers.
Okay, good. Once again, how to maintain the success of the business while implementing the new business process.
Ask clients for ideas.
Great, good.
Seek new help from your clients.
Team with others building a business.
How we doing? On track, leave the fire hose, keep going. We think we're on track? Okay. Well, we're gonna get a few more, then we're gonna switch to brain rot, we'll try that out. So this will be about 3 or 4 more.
Advertise job positions based on your specific picture.
Thank you, Kate.
Maybe pair up with someone that does a similar job.
Okay, do we have any brain writing forms that have got Post-its on them by any chance?
Oh, there's.
Great, okay. That was just kind of a silly joke, okay. All right, so everybody grab a brain writing form if you would. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's write Audrey's challenge statement. Great, thanks. Where'd those come from?
I handed them out, so.
Let's write Audrey's challenge statement at the top, which is how might I maintain the success of the business while implementing the new business process training. And you guys know the drill, 3 ideas and go, 3 ideas and go. You can use a pen also if you like, if the marker's too thick. Naja's just going to mix up the pictures here a little bit, so you have different pictures there in front of you. I'll put on a little music, and so as soon as you have 3 ideas, just wave at us, and we'll switch out the ideas for you. So what are all the ideas that come to mind of how I'm going to maintain the success of the business while implementing the new business process? Write 3 ideas and go, 3 ideas and go, and there's a blank for the music. 3 ideas and go.
Business while implementing the new business process. And then this is training?
Yeah.
Do we need to do them all? You need them all?
Yeah, just keep going. Yeah, go one more.
Identify
No,
what
hold on,
we
just
need.
put 3 in, remember 3 in there. As soon as you have 3, no, just leave the 3 on there, then hand us up the form. Yeah, here we go. Good. There we go. Oops.
And we rewrite it every time.
No, you don't have to.
Thank you, Sean.
Come on. You need a first.
For how much is it? Are you working in 6 inches?
Just not. Triple sow cow. We'll just go for a couple more minutes. You guys are really cranky, really good.
Mary, do you have any more forms?
He's been over there deep across the pond, right? You feel like dancing the jig?
Oh, 6, thanks.
One of those. Lord of the day.
Thank you. Okay, guys. Write down your last couple of ideas for that. And then we'll just get these up.
Still cooking?
We'll just finish up what we got. We'll see what. What else we got? What else we got here? Oh, okay.
Mary, did you go to the?
All right. Okay, Audrey, if you want to come on up.
I was on it.
And
You said you weren't sure if you were going to be there because you weren't sure.
just mark the hits again.
I saw something over you, so sad.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you okay? Okay. Yeah, it was fun.
Maybe good night.
We had a lot of fun.
Here. And
Yeah, Jill Carreri took video and had it posted on Facebook. It was like, oh my god.
He's a music teacher at Star Point.
Justin.
Justin is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Jill teaches at the Sun and Justin teaches at.
Okay, yeah, he's at Star Point, yeah. My stepson, we live in Star Point, my stepson is in 4th grade, so he'll have him next year, I think. Or maybe he has him this year. I think he might have
Did you
him
do middle
this year.
school?
They have intermediate?
Or no, Karen Ranusa is middle school.
Is middle school, okay.
Yeah.
So he's, I think, I don't know how it works. I know they have an intermediate school, then a middle school, then a high school. I think. Is that right? I know he's in 4th grade is intermediate. That's not quite middle school yet. So I would think middle and then high school. Or is he intermediate middle school?
They
Too?
do 4 and 5 together.
I don't know. Anyway, but he's like we've gone to Sawyer's like chorus and he's up there, you know. So he must be close to the age group anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yeah, it was really fun. It was really fun. Steve had so much fun. I was so happy to see him because he's, you know, he's got 2 kids now.
Oh my God.
He said, well, he sold his sax.
Right.
So he was just loving it. So it was pretty cool. Yeah, it was fun.
You need to do that more often.
I know. Union number 2.
I know.
Union number 2.
B-Union.
Yeah.
Annual.
An annual B-Union. Oh, that's a good idea.
Plan not to go out of town to something 26
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah. We had a good time. We had, have you been there, that Buffalo Ironworks?
I haven't.
They have like there's like an upstairs and then there's like a whole, we were in like our whole family was in the upstairs.
Nice.
Yeah, it was fun.
That's so cool.
Yeah, we had a good time.
They haven't played in how long?
10 years.
Really?
Think about them right around.
So I thought they were in the area doing like party band and stuff for a while.
Oh, maybe, no, I don't think so. Yeah, yeah.
What?
I know. Tell me about it.
That makes me feel a little bit weird.
Makes me feel old. Doesn't feel like it was that
Like I
long.
saw them in Fredonia.
Yeah. 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 A lot of energy though. It was great. And then whoever the opening band was, like 2 of the members were in the opening band, like playing in different roles.
Was it Rocco band?
Rocco and Mar. Whoever was the lead singer for B. Arthur was a different role in the first band, but was in the first band.
He's still on Fro.
Huh?
He's still on Fro. Okay. I always just know him as like the Fro.
Very
He's like the
uniquely-
one with the Fro.
He's got a unique, like cool style.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a blast. Yeah.
Rocco was in some band that won like awards in
Oh,
New
really?
Zealand. Yeah.
Oh.
He toured with another local band.
Oh, cool.
And then he toured with Jim Whitmore from New Zealand.
Oh.
And they won like some crazy like best new artist thing.
Steve said most of them have continued to play, you know, and like do shows and like have pursued. So he said for him when they were trying to practice, he had the benefit of not having learned any other music in between that. So like, but they said for them it was harder because they had done so many things in between. So yeah. So he said it was actually
That's
good
funny.
for him. I know. Yeah.
I think Tim Martin's teaching somewhere too, right?
He might be.
I think he's
Steve and Tim are still very close.
Oh,
They're really good friends. Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. I think Justin, they still talk. I'm not sure how close he is with everybody else. I think he talks to everybody, but I know him and Tim they see each other pretty regularly, I think. Holly, Tim and I think Holly is his wife.
I'm so bad with names.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
And like I haven't seen any of these dudes in like years.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
I ran into Rocco.
since the last Beer Arthur show.
Yeah, it's well, my best friend was Rocco's roommate for a while, so I reconnected with Rocco
Oh,
a couple years back.
okay.
So, but yeah, he's the only one that I've seen like forever.
Yeah.
So I was saying, like, your brother, like, probably wouldn't remember me, but he probably remember my dad. So-
Yeah.
So,
I rented a. Did Jake play sax? Jake played something. Jake played something. My son played something for a while. We rented it from Alder. I think it was sax. I can't remember. It was short lived, but we rented from Alder Creek.
yay!
Yeah.
That's it? Yeah. So, we have 121 ideas here for you.
Wow.
So let's do this next battery. Let's cluster them together now. This is page, just like what we did before. Bring it over. Ones with the dots, put them together, and you take it from there. Nice job, guys, very nice.
I think you have to get somebody.
You guys wanna take the good ones up there and reclaim those? Yeah. All right, so here's what's gonna happen next. Audrey, if you wanna just take a look at this and just talk to me about what each of these clusters represents. And we're gonna phrase it this time with a verb phrase, sort of an action around it. So what does this cluster represent to you? And also, if we find the cluster's a little big, we might break it up into a smaller cluster, but what's this cluster represent?
This represents defining a trainee and creating a training program.
So defining a trainee,
Like the person I would want to train
okay?
and the requirements of the person I'm looking for and the training program.
Okay, so would it be something like, are you looking to develop the requirements and then develop the training?
No.
No, okay. Okay, so, go ahead.
I need to develop what documented process of training people.
Okay, so, can, so that represents what this
This
represents?
represents training people.
Okay, so, yeah, you talked about documented process, can you give that to me like a verb phrase, or create, develop, build?
Training schedule, training content.
So build a training,
Build a training program.
okay, good, does that catch it?
Good
You
enough.
feel good?
I feel good.
Okay, good, okay. Build a training program. Always important to check. Okay, great, so build a training program, okay, great. What does this cluster represent?
A new vision statement.
Okay, so can you put a verb to that?
Create a new vision statement.
Beautiful, okay. Create a new vision statement. Vision has only three. Okay, all right, great. And, oh, is that one or two?
This is one.
Okay, and is this another one?
No, this is one.
Is that one? Okay.
Create a team to support me in creating the vision and then an ongoing mentorship or working my toes to the line in my process.
Okay, all right, so create a team to sit at these.
So creating a support team,
Okay. So create a support
team. A business mentorship team. I would have that in pieces, but bringing them all together.
Mhm. Create a support / business membership, business mentorship. And you said you're
I'm
ready to do
feeling
this
better.
Aren't you feeling better? Aren't you feeling better?
I
Yeah,
am.
yeah. Business mentorship. Team. And was there something else around that, because you're talking about bringing them together, you do it occasionally, you want to like,
Well, because I kind of have a bunch of people now that I speak to individually, so bringing them all together
to create a support business.
to work on the problems
Bring
with me.
together to work on problems. To work on business growth, on business.
Yeah,
Okay. Does that catch it?
it does.
Okay. On business growth. Okay. To create a support / business mentorship training, bring together to work on business growth. Great. Okay, and these two?
Those are just
Okay, so they're just
floated,
extended. Okay, so I'm going to have you just kind of step back from this just a second. You don't have to sit down again, but I want you to just kind of get a little perspective on it. And where we're going right now is we're going to go into the next stage of the process, which is develop. And the purpose of develop is to just take this idea and just make it a little bit better. But first thing we need to do is, there's a hair in there. My God. Where's Nigel over here? For God's sakes, where's my process buddy? Okay. Let me just get this tape here. Thank you, buddy. All right, so just kind of take a look at what we have here. So we have build a training program, create a new vision statement, create a support business mentorship team, and bring together to work on business growth. So when you look at that, Audrey, just kind of talk to me about this. Sort of what do you see yourself doing? And I just want you to kind of imagine this. What does it look like? What's it picturing? What do you see yourself doing? And we'll talk about it first, then we'll put it into a phrase.
with each one of these?
No, just the whole thing. Overall, maybe you want to pick one, maybe you want to pick two, maybe they all kind of blend together. But just working on this challenge of the business, what do you see yourself doing? And like I said, you can pick one, you can pick them all, you can blend them in together. Okay, so what I see myself doing is creating a training outline.
Or a description of that position. Roll out into a training program,
Okay, so what I see myself doing is creating a description of the position, which would
which
roll.
would create the training.
Okay, it's creating a position, a description, excuse me, of the position, which would roll out into a training program. Uh-huh. Anything else? That it? You had some things in there?
And then I would rework my vision to having employee like those before,
Then rework my vision,
business.
rework.
One demands the other.
To include new people. Okay. And if that's got it, that's fine, you don't have to include it, that's okay. And this you can hit, this is a great idea, we'll pull this together.
Well, this
maybe
I'm just already doing,
Yeah.
but I'll just.
Yeah, okay. All right, so here we go. We're gonna take a look at, and you can have a seat. Yay! So your idea is, what I see myself doing is creating a description of the position, which would roll out into a training program, and rework my business vision to include my new people. Does that catch it for you, Edric?
Yeah.
Beautiful, okay. So we're gonna do a little thing called points. And first thing we're gonna do is take a look at the pluses of the idea. We'll take a look at the opportunities, take a look at the issues and some new thinking. So Audrey, when you take a look at this idea, which is what I see myself doing, is creating a description of the position, which would roll out into a training program, and then, training program, then rework my business vision to include new people and put it down there. What do you like about this idea? What's the pluses of this idea?
I like,
What's good about it? Right now, as it stands, that face value.
it moves me forward,
Moves me forward, okay?
solves several of my problems.
It solves several problems. Okay, that's good. What else do you like about this idea?
Down the road creates time,
Okay, so down the road, it creates time, okay?
initially
Okay. It creates time. We're gonna move now to the opportunities or the potentials in the idea. And opportunities are things that might result in the future. We don't know for sure. And when we phrase the opportunities, we're gonna use the words "it might." So what opportunities or potentials do you see in this idea? Beginning with "it might."
it might make you more money.
It might make me more money. Yeah, it might make me. Good, other potential.
It might create a brand, a
It might
larger
create,
presence of the brand.
it might create a larger presence of the brand.
brand.
It might create a larger presence of my brand. Very good, one more. It might.
It might create the opportunity for me to add to brand, add to my brand.
So it might create the opportunity to add to my brand. Beautiful, okay. Audrey, no idea is perfect. So what are the concerns, the downsides, the limitations, the minuses of this idea, the issues around this idea? When we phrase those, we're going to phrase those eventually as a how-to. So what are the downsides? which is what I see myself doing, is creating a description of position which would roll out into training programs and rework my business vision to include new people. Concerns, limitations, minuses, issues, weaknesses.
How to
And you
create.
don't have to do a how-to yet, just we can just.
Oh,
Or-
okay.
But if you're ready, that's fine, I'll take it. Yeah.
How to create a position that offers longevity to avoid turnover.
How to create a position, that offers longevity to avoid turnover. Okay, to avoid. Great. Any other issues with this? This pretty much catches it.
To create the process of prevents being bogged down in the details.
Okay, so how to create the process, so do you want to create the process or how to just not get bogged down?
How to not get bogged down.
Great, how to not get bogged down in the details. Okay, great. All right, so, Mr. Najee, if we can collect the yellow Post-its, please, and please bring out the green ones, the light blue green ones. Okay. So Audrey, here's what we're gonna do next. We're gonna help you to make this idea better, or lots better. So we're going to 7, 8. We're gonna find some ways to overcome these issues, to just refine this idea out. So folks, we're gonna use the green Post-its now, and what's gonna happen is we're gonna come up with some new thinking. So Audrey, when you look at these issues here, let me just review this.
You got any more green?
Oh yeah, sure, we got. Gotcha, lots of green, like loaves and fishes, baby. Okay, good. Okay, so the idea, what is Sunday? The idea is what I see myself doing is creating a description of the position which would roll into a training program and rework my business vision to include new people. Pluses, it moves us forward, it solves several problems, down the road it creates time. Opportunities, it might make me more money, it might create a larger presence of my brand, it might create the opportunity to add to my brand. Issues, how to create a position that offers longevity to avoid turnover, and how to not get bogged down into the details. So Audrey, of these issues, we're gonna get both of them. Which one do you want to get some ideas for overcoming first? Which one do we go after first? The bottom? Yes, of the bottom two. Which of these bottom two do you want to hit first? Number one, so how to create a position that offers longevity to avoid turnover. Okay, resource group, engage, okay? What are all the ideas you can possibly, it's like, okay, right, okay, we're using green, what are all the ideas you can possibly imagine to how to create a position that offers longevity to avoid turnover? What do we got? Write them, Sam, hand them up. And Naja, if you work that side of them, please. Thank you, sir.
Offer benefits.
Okay.
You can write it again.
Oh,
You can write it for you.
okay.
What you got, Julie?
Make sure your qualifications are closed.
Great, make sure you say
Identify
about
the
this.
person you want to work with.
Right. And give us a little
While they're
action.
young.
Give us a little action to it. So we say offer perks, offer benefits, that's what we want. So. Other ideas for overcoming the issue of how to create a position that offers longevity to avoid turnover.
What qualities to look for in training?
Okay, so give that to me like an idea, Mary, okay? Give it to me like an idea, not a
okay,
question.
all right.
Yeah,
Hire
okay.
someone how you qualify.
Great. What else we got?
Extensive, okay, no, keep going. Extensive interviewing to target people with equal vision.
Great, good. Use a marker, please. Okay, good.
Offer intrinsic and extrinsic rewards.
Okay, great, good.
Give paid sick days.
Great. Audrey, how we doing? On track?
Offer a friendly work environment.
Okay, want some more?
Give
You're
the
good?
positions to people who are all in.
Okay, good, great. Okay, let's get the last few out and we're good. So let's, oh, no.
Hire a qualified person you don't have to train.
Okay, great. To the 11, okay? I want to be able to hear them, guys. Don't be shy, just ideas. Okay, good with that? You're good. Okay, let's hit the next one. Let's leave it right there. No, we're gonna get the next one. One more? Okay.
Sorry, it's
We got a few more.
I have a few.
We won't let them go.
Allow opportunity to specialize, like in an area.
Allowed to move up. Oh, you did?
Okay, all right, so let's see. How to not get bogged down in the details. Is that the other one next one? Yeah, Audrey? Okay, so how to not get bogged down in the details. Okay, what are all the ideas that come to mind for overcoming the issue of or concern of how to not get bogged down in the details? What do we got? Right up, same hand 'em up.
Be
Go.
clear in defining your vision.
Great, good.
Stick to it.
Great, good.
Make sure training someone excites you.
Delegate role.
I'm sorry, still a hundred?
At least good on the
Don't overanalyze.
Other ideas on how to not get bogged down in the details.
Have a buddy that holds you to your schedule.
Great,
Make enough time for hands-on treatment.
great, good. How are we doing, Audrey? On track? A few more?
Have someone keep
We're
you
good.
accountable.
Okay, last ones are out, guys. Last call?
Have someone keep you accountable to your needs.
Great, okay, last call, good. Okay,
Just have a calendar, so.
Create a simplistic structure.
great, good. Okay, Audrey, come on up, mark the hits. Yeah, right, well, we talked about that. It's like,
Yeah, really.
yeah, really. Now that we're about done, so. We'll deal with
Will
it.
they come in?
If that's even.
Training.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't
yeah.
defer your judgment.
Don't defer judgment?
do.
Oh, we
No,
judge?
you're judging me too. And I defer. You mean defer judgment. I love this long time. Okay. Yeah.
You know.
Who did that?
The wind.
That's it with me, Nigel. Here's what we do is when we're done with this and when Audrey's finished, we'll get this all lined out. We'll just dissect the whole process so you can see everything from start to finish. Just hang with me if you would. So here's what we're going to do next is all right. So the purpose of the whole develop station process is just to make the idea a bit better. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at what you have here. We're going to complete this sentence. In order to create a position that offers longevity to avoid turnover. I will. And are you going to just move those post-its over? Sure. That they hit somewhere. Let's just go across, because when we have enough room where they're both on the stick. Thank you. Fabulous, okay. So the next thing, okay, in order to not get bogged down in the details, I will. Guys, while she's doing that, would you pass your green post-its over here? Take them, please. And Mr. Najak, if you would distribute the pink post-its. Great, okay, Audrey. I tell you what, you can man your station over there, your chair. Steady, man, steady. Powerful things over there. All right, so where we're at right now is we're in develop, which we're looking to do to bring the ideas to life. Next thing is we're going to move down into implement, and the purpose of implement is to just to get all the actions out that Audrey's going to need to do to get her idea implemented and moving forward. So to do that, Audrey, would you just review the idea phrase, what I see myself doing, and your pluses, opportunities, issues, your new thinking, and then in order to, and your ideas up there. Okay, so can you just read us through that if you would, please go ahead.
What I see myself doing is creating a description of the position which would roll out into a training program and rework my business vision to include having.
Good. And what are the pluses then, Audrey?
Pluses, it moves me forward, solves
Several problems.
several problems, and down the road, it creates time.
Opportunities?
It might make me more money, it might create a
Larger.
larger presence of my brand, it might create the opportunity to add to my brand.
Issues.
How to create a position that offers longevity to avoid turnover, and how to not get bogged down in the details.
Great, so in order to create a position that will offer longevity to avoid turnover, you will what?
I am going to clearly state and define the requirements of the position, and then allow for
Sorry.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Look at,
Just read the post-its,
just- Okay, allow for independence and skills, make sure your qualifications are clearly stated out for benefits, profit sharing, intrinsic and extrinsic rewards, allow opportunity to specialize, move up in the job opportunity, and allow to move up.
Great.
In order to not get bogged down in the details, I will be clear in defining my mission, create a simple structure, define the process, have a buddy that holds me to the schedule, have someone to keep me accountable to doing this. Delegate roles. I don't know. My needs.
Okay, got it?
You got it.
Good, okay, great. Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna get real specific now. And what are all the things that Audrey needs to do to get this implemented? And so we might want to think about what steps might she take to put her to solution to action, what additional resources does she need to bring to action, who does she need to talk to? And so, for example, I have a buddy that holds you to schedule. Who would be some buddies? You know, call this person, do this person. Allow for independence and skills. Figure out what the profit sharing would be. So what we're going to do is be real specific. What are all the things? And this is a to-do list. Basically, that's all it is. So what are all the things Audrey needs to do to get that idea implemented? And Audrey, you can come up with ideas as well. And what we're doing here, guys, is we're phrasing these like an action. So make sure that you use a verb for it. Phrasing it like an action. What do we got?
Who's an accountability partner?
Great, thank you.
Create an ad.
Great, thank you.
Create a new business plan by next Sunday.
Great, thank you. I'll work this side now. Okay, other things.
Checklist?
Great. And what additional resources might she use? What might she do to gain enthusiasm for her idea? Also, there's some ideas that are embedded in here as well. Write those down as well.
Set rubric.
Yeah,
Look into profit sharing options.
great.
Compile an email list of contact tasks for resources.
Thank you, Caitlin.
Review criteria for training programs.
Great.
Find someone who has a deep passion for helping people out with physical activity.
Good. Looking good, guys. Audrey, is this on track?
Looking into benefit options and costs.
Great,
Ask
thank you.
another business how they did it.
Define most important requirements.
Good. Did you write down top 2 friends at S.J. Parker? And say,
Set a checklist and stick with it.
Talk to friends at SJ Parker.
there you go, good, all right. Good, other actions that she might take. Where might she start? What special places and locations? Who should we, might you want to talk to? Good places to begin, special times, how might she
Clients,
protest it?
Fridays.
Okay, great. How are we doing, Audrey?
Good.
Good? Let's get a few more for her. What else might she need to do? Look through the list here, and as Sippa was looking up a phone number, Sippa's going online. Great.
Define credentials and skills needed.
Had a meeting with people who share your vision.
Create a pay and incentive structure for future new employees.
Go ahead.
And accountant like financial planners. or
Sure,
benefits.
thank you, good. Good. Phrases like an action, folks.
Make time to rest and renew.
Okay, great, great.
Create a vision board to where you see yourself in your business within a year.
Thank you.
Think about the end result.
Great, what you got?
Write down a description of what I'm looking for.
Doing okay, just a few more, Audrey? How we doing? A few more?
We're good.
We're good, okay. What have we, no, truly, what you got? You've been working on this for so long.
No,
Yeah.
Imagine the ideal candidate and create all the qualifications that they will have.
Beautiful, thank you. Any others?
Utilize personally what you teach.
Got it, good, get that one around. Come on. Super, okay, Audrey, come on up. And work your way through the maze here. And just put a dot on all the actions that you're gonna want to take to get this idea implemented. And the deal is, if it's got a dot on it, that means it's something you wanna do, okay?
Okay.
All right.
CS part.
Oh, he said that.
I know.
It's CS Parker.
Was that what it is?
I'm like, who's that street?
He's been watching Sex and the City.
Is that what it is? Oh, yeah, you can think about that. Okay, great. Thank you. All right. We're just gonna put these up here around for just a second here. Okay, so I want you to look at these actions on here, and I want you to decide on kind of a time frame. So if we were to look at a short-term time frame, an intermediate-term time frame, and a long-term time frame, what might that time frame look like? Thank you, sir. So short-term today is like, what's the, June
Monday.
29th? So tomorrow's be Monday, the 30th? So we can start from like, say, January 30th to February 28th, or March 1st to May 2nd, whatever.
Start with tomorrow.
Okay, so we're gonna start with January 30th. So, but just give me the time frame first. 1:30 to, what would be the next time? From two, so maybe 30 days, 2 weeks, whatever.
2 weeks.
2 weeks, so to 2:14?
Yeah.
Okay, so. Okay, so we go 2:15 then. To, what would be a midterm? I'm talking, we're just looking at time frame.
I'd like, I'd like the end to be the end of February.
Okay, so down here,
Yeah.
okay. So let's revise this up then a little bit. So you want to just do intermediate, so we have a very short time
Yeah.
frame here. So let's just go short term and intermediate or next term. So then you're going to be done by this time.
Yeah.
0 to 28, 17. Okay, great. Okay, so let's just divide them up. What would be the actions that would fall between the 30th and in the next 2 weeks, and then get ready. So let's just get, yeah, so just put them into time bucket. And the table, excuse me, if you would put them down below.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. Below, side is all this stuff going on. So 2 more, if you want. That's why we got to use yellow. Right, people?
Yeah, right.
Okay, so if you want to just put that in some kind of a chronological order, what's first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth? And some of those might be
Across or down?
down. So I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. And do me a favor, don't stick it to each other.
Okay.
If I can help with the other thing here. And let's get as tight as we can. Get a little higher with this one too. Oh, what about these?
Oh.
Yeah, everything in order. We'll do this, so this is like chronological now. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, and then how about these? Okay, so can we go underneath these?
Oh.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. So right in the room here. Ooh.
Good view. Dance move.
More tape, man. For God's sakes, more tape. Quickly. Quickly, man. Last time I was here, I must have I got you. Okay, you can turn off. Yeah, sure. All right. We done this one, okay. Okay, what's going on with those guys? Want to move those over here? You're fine, bro. Okay, you can sit down, or just so you can see these, I'll actually bring this a little closer. Okay, so, Caitlin, you're going to be who, Julie, you're going to be by when, and Mary, you're going to be support report. Okay, so, talk to Bob Fox. Who's going to do that?
Me.
Audrey, so it's right, Audrey, please, Caitlin. Okay. By when? Within this time frame.
7 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Okay, so 7 a.m. That's action. Yeah. All right. Okay. And who do you need to report to? Who do you need to report completion to or get some support from?
I'm gonna have an accountability person by the
Okay.
middle of tomorrow.
Okay. So accountability
Yeah.
partner. Okay. Accountability partner. Good. Look into profit sharing options. Who's going to do that?
I am.
Okay. Caitlin, Audrey, please. Thank you. I do. Thank you. And by when?
7 a.m.
7 a.m. tomorrow.
That was me.
What, you sleeping? It's 5 hours. We need to report to completion to get some support from the AP? Accountability partner?
Yeah.
Okay, AP, please. Choose an accountability partner. Who's going to do that?
I am.
All right. As if that wasn't good. Audrey, by when, Audrey?
End of business.
Okay, so end of business COB tomorrow. And who do you need to report completion to or get support from? Okay. Well, let's see. Oh, we just,
I'll tell you, I will send you a text I haven't done.
okay, so Roger.
Okay.
That's Roger, okay. Accountant or financial planner, who's gonna do that?
I am.
Audrey, you can like store those up here. You got to hang this, Caitlin. Okay. By when, Audrey?
End of the week.
End of the week. So that is by January, February, what is it, February 3rd?
February 3rd.
Feb 3rd, so Feb 3rd, please. Who do you need to report completion to or get support from?
Thank you.
Who? AP. Okay, good. All right, AP. And talk to friends at CS Parker. Who's going to do that?
I am.
Hesitation.
Well done, Caitlin. Okay. When are you going to do that by?
These 14.
Okay, so Feb 14th? Okay, you got that? Okay. Who do you need to report completion to get support from? AP, got it. AP Mary. All right. Write down description of person you're looking for. Who's going to do that?
I am.
Wow. By when?
The 14th.
Okay, Feb 14th. Thank you. Report completion to get support from? AP, great. Okay, now we're taking a look at the 15th to the 28th of February. Create pay and incentive structure for future new employee. Who's going to do that? Audrey. Okay. By when? Okay, so 2/28/17. Report completion to get support from? So accountant. All right. Find someone who has deep passion for helping people out with physical activity. Who's going to do that? Audrey. Okay, thank you. By when? I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry, thank you.
We're wanting it to be by the 28th.
Okay, Feb 28th. And who do you need to report completion to or get some support from on that?
I'm going to say God.
God! Right when to support you. Look at God down there. Thank you for God. What a great way to end the session. Okay. All right, so Audrey, I have 3 questions for you. Did you get something new here for you?
Yes.
Okay, do you have enough to get started?
I do.
Good, let us know how it turns out.
I absolutely will.
Fantastic, round of applause, well done. Good job.